Today is Wednesday, June 25, 2025. I'm Pastor Michael, and this is Wilderness Wanderings. Our text is from Philippians 1. In your relationships with each other, have the same mindset as Christ Jesus. Philippians 2, verse 5. Yesterday, Kyra said, the kind of like-mindedness that Paul advocates for is the kind that comes not from uniformity, but from the willingness to give priority to the needs of others and sacrifices one's own. And as she said, that's awfully hard to do. But how do we do it? Paul answers that question in our text. Have the same mindset as Christ Jesus. Jesus lays down for us the two greatest commandments. Love the Lord your God with all you've got, and love your neighbor as yourself. Jesus defines the love he's talking about through his own action, dying for us on the cross. As he offers his life, he gives all his heart, soul, mind, and strength in an act of love for the Father and for us. This is the crux of the Christian faith. Jesus crucified is the entire story. It tells us what Jesus has done for us. It tells us what to preach. It also tells us and shows us how to live. Keep Jesus and his cross at the center as the very thing that defines all else, and everything else will find its way. In fact, if we do this, others will see the life of Christ in us as we live it, bringing glory and praise to God. Paul also puts Jesus and his cross at the center of the life of the church. He invites us to have this very same mindset as Jesus in our relationships with one another. That is, to have the mindset of Christ and him crucified. As Paul will go on to tell, and as we will cover in the days to come, to have the mindset of Christ means having an attitude and practice of humble, loving submission before God that allows us to give everything else up to be a loving servant to others. This command is at the very heart of the gospel. It resonates with Jesus' own commands to love one another and to take up our cross and follow him. By these things, the world will know we are his disciples. It's not easy, though. There are times when I'm right and the other person is wrong. Times when I want what someone else has. Times when I'm paralyzed by what someone else thinks of me. Times when I've been hurt by someone, or when I want to hurt someone for what they have done or said. These are the sort of small, sometimes even petty things that undercut loving relationships in the church, and that can breed mistrust, fear, discord, malice, slander, and the sort of fights that lead to division. It is in these very situations that we are to have the mindset of Jesus Christ. What are we to do when we come to those moments, finding our motivations are less than wholesome or holy? Take on the mindset of Jesus and his cross. We are called to humbly die to ourselves. It often looks like a prayer. Dear God, forgive me for my anger towards so-and-so. Help me to love them instead, even though I don't want to. Asking forgiveness is a humbling action. It's a dying to ourselves. But in that action, we take on the mindset of Christ that frees us to love and to live. As you journey on, go with the blessing of God. May the peace of the Lord Christ go with you wherever he may send you. May he guide you through the wilderness, protect you through the storm. May he bring you home rejoicing at the wonders he has shown you. May he bring you home rejoicing once again into our doors.